everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Samantha and I'm back with a brand new video. If you haven't been here before, I film videos on life, fashion, travel, luxury, and a whole lot of fun. So if you're into that, do hit the subscribe button so you get to see the rest of my videos. So this year I wanted to make a point of sharing different types of content on this channel outside of just luxury. And one of the topics that I really wanted to add on this channel is just really life tips. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 tips on what I do personally to get better at being on camera. These tips are not just for being on camera, it's also general public speaking tips. Or if you're having conversations in large crowds, presenting at work, public speaking is a very, very important life skill to have. This could be relevant to you if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel of your own and just don't really know where to start. Now, being on camera or just public speaking in general can be a very scary thing. And I really wanted to share my experience over the past like 10 years and what I've learned along the way, and that has really helped me be comfortable being on camera and just speaking in public. So what I did is that when I came here, like, I knew that I wanted that shit. I wanted to report on the red carpet. I wanted to do entertainment news. I wanted to be on TV. Like, that was what I wanted. And so in order to do that, I started to take steps. So I worked at a media company. That was one of my first jobs right out of university. I took free gigs as a TV host for, like, I'm not even gonna name this channel so none of you can find it, but this was way back in the day. And even when I started my blog like 10 years ago, it was mainly as an acting portfolio. Start off being an influencer to be an influencer. I wanted to use that platform in order to do like television. So the 3 things that helped me as I was growing up, number 1 is public speaking classes. Now, as a kid, I joined a lot of stage competition. I remember like just participating in a ton of speech competitions, storytelling competitions, modeling competitions, and just like, I can't remember the exact name of what it was, but you were given like a topic and it was a contest where you just had to like think on the spot and then give a speech in front of a crowd. And so I was participating in a lot of that because my parents really wanted me to get better at just speaking in public, but I also loved it. These weren't even public speaking classes. These were just throwing myself as a kid into these situations and these contests and just really learning on the spot. I still remember to this day, like, one of the most scarring experiences of my life. Either like later on in elementary school or high school, I can't remember. But basically, it was one of my first national public speaking contests. The second aspect of the contest was an impromptu speech where you would go into the room and they would give you a topic and you would just need to like prepare it in about 15 minutes and then go on stage and speak. It is very daunting. Even as an adult, just thinking about that, it's scary. So as a kid, I remember looking at the topic, and you're gonna laugh at this because the topic was so easy. It was like talk about someone that you admire. For some crazy reason, instead of picking someone that I know deeply, like my parents or my teacher or my friend, I decided to pick the most random person to speak about. And I mentioned that it was like a politician or something. I don't know. It was insane. Like, I look back and I'm like, what? It was crazy. And so I picked this politician and I tried my very best in those 15 minutes to write down as much as I could about what I knew about this person that I knew nothing about except in history class. And then I went on stage and I froze. It was so horrible. Like, definitely one of the strongest life lessons that I have ever experienced, that has honestly from that moment on shaped how I think about just like life. It's like, keep it simple, stupid, or like, keep it simple, Sam. Sometimes the simplest ideas are the most powerful ones. Like, so my actual public speaking classes came into play when I went to college, and there was a public speaking class that we took, and one of the most insightful trainings that we did during that class was what I like to call the pearl technique. You can do this on your own or with your partner. Basically, it's using anything that triggers like a spark in your mind every time you do something. So essentially, it's like conditional behavior training. That was when we were training to remove filler words whenever we were giving speeches. And every time I would say an a like, my lecturer would hit a marble or a pearl on the table to make a really loud like sound, and that was incredible training because then every time I heard that sound or I was anticipating it, I would remember not to ever use the filler words. So that's something that's super easy that you can do at home. And lastly, I also participated in Toastmasters, and I don't know if Toastmasters is still a thing nowadays, but it was very popular when I was growing up. Go every week with a group of people to practice public speaking, and you each take turns and give feedback, and it just really helps you with your nerves and to provide a lot of practice in the public speaking realm. And one thing I really learned about nerves after like doing a lot of media work with live television in the past few years is that every time I feel nervous, I take it as a positive thing. Like, I do my breathing exercises to calm my nerves, but then I realize that whenever you're nervous about something, that probably, or like, that just means that you really care about it. As cringy as it sounds, push myself to do things that scare me. So when I first started out, I knew that I wanted to get better with being on camera specifically because I wanted to do TV. Look for opportunities where I could jump in and practice and get real life experience because I wasn't in journalism school. So I went, and through my blog I got opportunities where I could offer like to host a red carpet or an event and start interviewing people for fun. So I had opportunities to report live for different parades that were happening in Vancouver. I had the opportunity to come on as an influencer and talk about red carpet events, to do celebrity interviews and post them here on YouTube, as well as some of my TV segments. I have a playlist, like it's all the way down in on this channel. It's like the last playlist, but you can take a watch there. You can definitely see that there were periods of time where I wasn't that good, but then periods of time where, you know, I got better and I was more comfortable with my own style of reporting. Watch yourself back. And I know it's so hard and it's so cringy, and like no one likes to hear the sound of their voice, but the more you do it, the more you understand the little things that you do with your body, how you speak, your intonation, and you'll be able to very, very quickly notice the things and the habits that you do on camera. And it just really helped me to pinpoint these areas of improvement and then make these changes every single time I filmed a new video. Find someone that you really look up to and mimic them. And this actually could apply to everyone. So say if you want to be on TV, or if you want to start a YouTube channel, and there is a YouTuber that you really look up to and you love their style, you love the way they speak, you love their editing, that's a really good stepping stone for you to try out. And I say mimicking with like respect to the person that you're looking up to. Like when I was trying to train myself to do more TV work or even to film YouTube videos, I looked for YouTubers or reporters that I really looked up to that were already on YouTube or television, and kind of like narrowed down like stuff that they did or the editing style or the way that they spoke that I really enjoyed watching and that I thought that would be in line with my personality. And that's just what I did. Like I mimicked certain parts of how they would move, how they would speak, their intonation, how they would look at the camera. And I did that for a little while until I got to a point where the more you do it, you kind of find your own style. It's really hard to start, and I think the reason why a lot of people don't start either making a YouTube channel or like going for their goals is that they're worried about what other people might think, or they just don't know where to start. And so I think that if you find someone that you look up to, you mimic their personas, I suppose, on camera until a point where of course you find your own style. I think that's totally okay, but you're just using it as a way for you to learn more about yourself and the way that you like to present yourself on camera. That's all good. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this video, or if you have tips on your own on how you improve your day-to-day speaking or being on camera, etc. I would love to hear. Don't forget to give me a subscribe. You can also find my luxury playlist where I feature all the bags in my collection, as well as a playlist specifically on self-development and life tips. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you 2 times a week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.